To Keeper Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me, keeping me safe. Cancer, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Most of all, for showing up. Cancer, I'm using the Stained Glass Tarot for the November reads. Today is the 19th, so we're pushing toward the end of the month when I do this, but it's not about November and what November brings in itself or what's going on in November. It is all about you, Cancer, and what needs to be released because of the month of November. And because it is random, and I say random, the type of reading I'm doing, it is on a random note where I just decided to take the cards that want to show themselves. We have a pile here and we have another bit here. The feeling is coming from the fact that the moon is in Scorpio today. I mean, it wasn't in Scorpio when I decided to do this, but I felt called to pay attention to what Scorpio wants us to let go of. And when I say what Scorpio wants us to let go of, it's that power of the moon bringing us to reckoning with what we've done and how we feel, and the pressure of Jupiter going back into Gemini. It causes us a bit of unstable thought processing and overall well-being. We're suffering from migraines, we're tired, we're thinking a lot, we're overthinking, we're not moving fast enough, we're trying to move. The more we think about what we want to do, the less we get done, stuff like that. I see at the bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Pentacles. So we're really coming toward an end, and the deck is letting go with the Hangman. So we're holding back on putting something to rest, or taking that rest if it is that we want to be rested, or we're feeling that we need to stop and really focus on what we want. See, we have the Three of Wands showing up too, saying that at some point things are going to change, and we're holding back from that change because we need to reckon with what we've done. Now, everybody's going to see it in a different light, what I've done. It's all about the I in this read, or the readings for November, using the Stained Glass Tarot by James Edward is what I'm pointing out here. And again, it's a random selection of cards. This is not a traditional layout, but I am using the Moonology Manifestation Oracle by Yasmin, Boland, to help us with what we need to release and what we want to manifest, or what we've been manifesting, or what we've tried to manifest that hasn't come our way. And the essence of the moon will help us to either move forward or really release, rather. I feel like I need to take this card. Full moon in Pisces, Cancer. We're being asked to forgive. I'm going to come back to reading what it is reflecting in this card. It is the full moon, so we're in the new moon now. So looking back on what it is, and I see the Three of Swords right away, and the Justice card, and Seven of Cups, being that we've been through something. We've been through quite a bit of some things, if not just one thing. Cancer, and being that Jupiter shifted out of Cancer and has gone back into Gemini, it is that thought process, that communication syndrome or communication issues that we may have been having that we're being asked to go back and look upon. I feel like I need to take this little bit here. And I did say I was not using the traditional spread or any traditional spread for that matter for this read. It is random cards, and here we see the Judgment card, the Empress, and the Four of Cups. So there's that call to speaking our truth, or that call to focusing on what was said and done. And we're keeping it secret, or we're digging deep into what was done and how we had a part to play, because I see the Three of Swords there, and the Four of Cups is that sense of I need to see something different because everything I keep getting is the same, and I can't take that more. I don't want more of that. I want something else. And it's a question of healing, Spirit has given us more of the same because we're not paying attention, or we haven't had enough as far as karmic duty is concerned, because that's where the Judgment card comes in. And it's a second chance to overcome. It's a second chance to dig deep in, go inward, and heal what was because of what others may have or may not have done, in the sense where they should have or could have but didn't. And we need to go looking into that aspect of our feelings and really reckon with our reaction or our actions. Cancer. Pisces is where Saturn is sitting, and slowing things down and keeping us back and keeping us at bay is where Saturn is saying you need to pick up and take a look. You need to look at what I'm trying to give you, what I've been trying to give you, or what is in front of you that you are ignoring. Being able to look backward and see what brought you to the point where you're feeling that you're not comfortable where you are. What is causing this? If it is that you have gone through a turmoil of sorts. And again, the Three of Swords, it's not just, oh, I'm pulling cards at random. These cards want to show themselves. And I say the Three of Swords, it's the Five of Swords, sorry. But it is that lack of communication, or it is that sense of betrayal, wanting to have a second chance, wanting to give a second chance, doing whatever it takes. And again, digging deep, looking back. Why am I getting this? What did I do to deserve this? Seven of Pentacles is that stalemate, that it's not coming the way I want it to come out. It's going in a different angle. Other people are involved. I'm overthinking. I want this to work in my favor, but it's only coming out in the way that I don't want it to, or that I've had it before and I don't want it again, but it comes around again. It's that frustration that seems to be building up here. Bit of confusion too with the Seven of Cups. Then we have the Star card. So with the Wheel of Fortune and Ace of Pentacles. So here we see that we really need to rethink and then let it go. If it's not working in your favor, it's because something needs to be done other than, or something else needs to happen first. Or we just need to let it go. Give it up. Doesn't serve us anymore. Especially if we're not able to really reconnect or connect. because we go from the 7 of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles, and then we get held back. That's what we see here with our Hangman. And then we know that things will change because of the 3 of Wands. We will have to make a choice to see things differently. Again, accepting what is and letting it go. Forgiving. The Star card is the focal point, and then of course the Wheel of Fortune is where it's going to come into its own timing. This confusion is going to play itself out because sometimes we need to really get things into confusion so that we could choose something different. Knowing that we have options, and then focusing on what we want, and then letting our intuition choose for us. Here we have the Empress really saying, you know what, I don't want this anymore. I'm gonna go get what I do want, and then allowing that possibility to blossom, being patient, and letting things come in slowly instead of trying to rush through. Here we have our Queen of Pentacles to emphasize the Empress is making that judgment call, or going deep within to make that judgment call. Let me just pull these here. I just feel like I want to talk about these over here first, and I'll come to those. See, we see the 4 of Swords with the Queen of Pentacles. So really contemplating on the changes that need to happen, and then making that choice to walk away or to start anew, or to just forgive and continue the cycle. Because we're not seeing an ending up of a cycle here. We're seeing a second chance. We're seeing that justice is coming in with our 4 of Wands. So an offer to reconcile, that sense of forgiveness, Cancer, wanting to put the focus on being honest and having a second chance. The 4s are here. We have the 4 of Cups, we have the 4 of Wands, and we have the 4 of Swords. Justice. Being honest about how you feel and where you want to go. And again, the 5 of Wands, being able to really say yes to graduating to another level of relationship, regardless of where you stand, if it's family members, if it is work, if it is relationship with lovers, etc., even with school. Because here we have that higher learning, again, being able to take what we know and then go further, because we have that page here. Page of Wands wants us to explore that avenue of higher knowledge, again, digging deep and then doing the right thing, bringing down the Tower and being able to understand why things happen the way they do. Again, we see the Queen of Pentacles. It's all slow movement. This is not happening quickly. Choices that we have to make are happening because of changes that are coming in. And again, it is a mental blockages that we have to release and forgive, because we're thinking about what we don't want. We're thinking that we keep getting the same thing. We have a plan, but that plan is being held. It's gone into stasis because we need to forgive ourselves. We need to forgive others. We need to look deeper within ourselves as to why we keep coming up with the same that we don't want. And then really making that choice to let things go and understand that we can speak that we can open up, that we have what it takes to share and care for ourselves first of all, and then for others. Being honest about what we want out of the relationship that we are really trying to move forward on, or that we want to end the relationship and move on. I mean, it depends on your situation. If there's confusion, we want to clarify. We want to bring that up. We want to be honest, and we want to be able to forgive, to be able to reconcile. Again, reconciling with the self for making choices that we've made. Going into confusion, bringing on confusion. And then really focusing on seeing the changes and building something new. Really starting up with, I want to start over, or I want something completely new. That Four of Cups is really prominent here. Again, coming back to the forgiveness. Doing whatever it takes. And then having the patience to walk through. Let's see what the manifestation, sorry, I was touching the moon cards and I was thinking manifestation, yeah. I'm also using the Seasons of the Witch, the Samhain Oracle. This is for going into the darkness of November, what November has to offer, what November is bringing for us, what Scorpio moon is opening up the door to let us see and delve into in the dark, that we know we must release, what it is that we need to release, or what help we are getting to release. Oh, something let go here. The Banshee. Yeah, this one's a dark one. Cancer. That forgiveness. You gotta go in deep. Somebody doesn't want to forgive because what was done was really, really bad. I'm not gonna qualm over this one. This is darkness that if it gets dark, I would have to shine a light on the card itself. It's so dark, but let's read about it and see. Heed my warning, dear child, for what I hold is far from unsung lullabies. Swallow a nail and you can expect bleeding from within. Someone's having a hard time forgiving, holding back and all. Just pulling themselves away and staying away and really seeing that they need to move on, they need to go, they need to take a different angle, make a change, that they want to go somewhere else. I really don't like what I've had, this Four of Cups. But the capability to forgive is deep within you, Cancer. In fact, it is expected. This karmic justice here. Whatever took place was supposed to happen. We see the Judgment card coming in for a second chance. We see the Justice card for that feeling of it is karmic justice that is being dealt here. The wailing, the crying, the hurt, the deep sense of betrayal. Someone does not want to forgive because they're not trusting. Again, the confusion is prominent here. The focal point and being patient is being asked of us to overcome, and being able to forgive is a slow process. We see the pentacles just moving in after the swords. Let's take a read on the Banshee, number 5. It's a really dark card, this Banshee. And I'll read it so you'll understand why. I don't want to. There we go. The keywords are bad omen and the wrath. So yeah, it's dark. A balance. Sorry. A banshee is a fairy woman with Irish folklore. Sorry, let's start again. A banshee is a fairy woman from Irish folklore who heralds the death of a family member by wailing, shrieking, or keening. Some believe banshees are the spirits of young women who have been brutally murdered. These spirits become banshees so that they can warn other women from when faced with a similar threat. It is more common to hear that a banshee is a woman who is intensely grieving the passing of a loved one and that she has become eternally lost in sadness. Nevertheless, a banshee's cry is a bad omen, and one should take caution when she appears. In the reading, a banshee's cry also means death, but this death is not physical. It is a symbolic one. You're facing an ending. However, this will not be easy, and you will still mourn the loss. This ending is long overdue, and the powers that be can no longer wait for you to let go. The choice to end your situation may no longer be your choice. You've rejected change, but you can't avoid it. You're holding on to something that no longer benefits you. Perhaps a job that you hate, a relationship that drains you, a place where you do not feel safe. Know that it is time to let go. It is important to remember that every ending also brings a new beginning. Moving on makes space for new energy to come into our lives. Don't get caught in the mourning process for longer than is necessary. It can be easy to mourn the loss, but this prevents you from seeing the doors that open up for you. Cancer, I'm going to let you sit with this. And on that note, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.